MLB 19 or so, every 1 to 2 days a week. This is Dady, your host from Zombie Gaming. The best of all time, the best there was, the best ever will be. You guys are joining in, want to catch more MLB 19. Be sure to hit that red support button, and also the like button. If you guys are new in the chat, or not new. And also from the Iamacreator group. Guys, smash the like button the same way, tweet them out, say on comment. If you guys have a Twitter, let me know in the chat. You guys can say your information between the first and last name. If there's anybody in the chat that does have a Twitter, maybe a Discord, but I would always stick with Twitter. You can do so by following me on Twitter, send me out, tweet me out, leave a comment. But we watch my videos in full, like them in full, share them, tweet them out, add them to our playlist as good as we can. And I think we might be okay, for the most part. If you guys also want to vote for the idol, I think it's the virtual idol by next year. Throughout, with or without the coronavirus, since that's still very intact and a little more unemotional. So you guys let me know in the chat if you guys want to vote. It lands at 29, Great Summit at 12. This is the Game 4 of 4 series finale. It will be the 12 and 18 Cardinals taking on the 18-11 Washington Nationals. And the series finale in Washington. On the mound for the 12 and 18 Cardinals today with Zach Flattery. He has a 1-4 win-loss record. 51 strikeouts, pitched for 38 innings, 1.66 ERA. And on the mound, the series finale in Washington is for the 18-11 Nationals is Joe Ross. Ross has an 0-2 record, 20 strikeouts, a 4.45 ERA, and he's pitched for 28.1 innings. We'll take it down to the ballpark today, guys, so we can get it underway. So on the mound for the 12 and 18 Cardinals today, the series finale in Washington is Zach Flattery. He has a 1-4 record of 1.66 ERA as well. And here's the starting lineup for the 12 and 18 Cardinals of the season. But before I go down with these guys, we're also going to get some Isaiah news going today too. Today is Saturday, the what do you call it? The 12th. Last night and yesterday was actually not one of the. It's usually one of the best of all time, besides Hiding the Pain or anything. But yesterday was 19 years of 9/11. When this one building was catch on fire, and there was a lot of people that died. So coming out of the state of New York City, so they're always remembered, always been honored, and always with love, courage, and respect, basically. So batting first will be Tommy Edman, the rookie, leading off. Batting second, the second baseman Colin Wong. Batting third, first baseman Paul Goldschmidt. Batting fourth, left fielder Marcelo Zona. Paul DeZong is at shortstop. Tyler O'Neill is batting sixth. Jose Martinez is batting seventh. Yadier Molina is a catcher, batting eighth. And batting ninth on the mound for the 12 and 18 Cardinals is Zach Flattery. So Yadier Molina is going to be getting some well rest as we speak today. Paul Goldschmidt is looking a little tired. So how's everyone doing this morning? Hope you guys are well. Staying safe out here today, this weekend. My work day last night was actually just 12 to 8, and it's always 12 to 8 every Friday on my standard schedule. Which is, 31 hours is better than nothing every week. I'm still getting good with the usual pay as always for every 2 weeks. My opponent just had a interview earlier this week, and she hasn't actually gone to callback to become a library assistant, so she hasn't heard anything yet. But very soon she will, basically. Morning Sneaky, how you doing? So on the mound for the 18-11 Nationals in the series finale in Washington is Joe Ross. He's making the 6th start of the season, 0-2 record with a 4.45 ERA. give up 29 hits. Yeah, we're going to get Isaiah News started in just a little while. I can't complain, buddy. Leading off first, Tommy Edman, batting .216. First pitch to the left, ball one. First pitch at this point is 4:05 down there in the afternoon. But other than that, I'm a little more tired. But the good thing is, I go back for another 2 days, and I'm off Tuesday and Wednesday. So, after my love and I had a good conversation yesterday. At this point to the left, ball two. Also had a chance to play earlier this morning the game I purchased on the Switch at the eShop, and that is, of course, the one and only PGA Tour 2K21. Padre 6, Braves 2 in Atlanta. Take swing at the bottom, 2-1. And I gotta tell you, the thing about PGA Tour 2K21, on the Switch, I'll tell you in a second. There'll be foul ball to left, 2-2. Bet 6, go Mets 5, and New York City. Morning, Nico, how you doing? Foul ball to left and stands, 2-2. But the graphics on the Switch for PGA is, I don't think it's not too bad. I even tried to do one practice round, maybe just do a couple shots. Got a couple of double bogeys at the point, and on decks, Con Wong batting .214. 3-2 by Ross. Ball 4 out. First walk by the Nationals. It's Zell Ross. Walks Tommy Edman for the 12-18 Cardinals. Remember, Tommy Edman, guys, he's a great stealer. That'll bring up Con Wong, the second baseman. His last 9 games with the 12-18 Cardinals. 7 for 36 of an average of 194. But his overall batting average is .214, 1 home run, 2 ribbies. Rays 3, Royals nothing in Kansas City. It's a pitch by Ross. To the right, ball 1. But what's you guys been up to so far today? We got 9/11's now marking 19 years for this year of 2020. 1-0 count. To left, ball 2. I'm a little more tired, buddy. But either way, like I said, Zombie's the best there is, the best there was, the best there ever will be. But yeah, I had some good help from work yesterday, and, you know, especially with morning shifts, I still get tired that quick as normal. But as far as the other stuff goes, I still got 2 pre-orders that are left going into this year. Very shortly at the bottom, 2-2, and that is, of course, tomorrow's your birthday. Ooh, happy early birthday, Nico, from Zombie Gaming and myself as JD. Hopefully you have a couple of good plans today. I mean, I'll tell you my plans for today in just a second. 2-2. Struck him out. Big strikeout, first out for the Cardinals. First strikeout by Joe Ross. Yeah, work today was not bad. I mean, work last night was not bad for what it could be. There's a starting lineup for the 12-18 Cardinals. It's listed. So basically, yeah, I mean, the temperature out here yesterday when I was at work is temperature was not bad. That'll bring up first baseman Matt Carpenter. He's batting 56. Well, first we're gonna steal second. But Tommy Edman's a good stealer. The pitch up top, and he is out by stealing second, and that's the second out for the Cardinals. Good try by Tommy Edman. He tried to steal. So that was 0-1 to the right. Comes to 0-1. To the right, 0-2. But how old are you going to be, by the way? I mean, I'm going to be 28 by next year, so it's actually a little bit convincing. 1-2. So Ross has only given up 1 walk today. I mean, it's a little more convincing if any pitcher has given up more than 1, 2, maybe just 3 walks at the same time. In just one game or two. Or happens to have maybe a 3 or 4 game series at this point. Especially so far today. But it's all good. 2-2 by Ross. Ball 3, 3-2. On deck is Marcel Azona. He's batting 204. He is on deck. But other than that, Zombie is always the best one out here. Get about 3 likes. Can we get 5 in the tap today? Keep the population going. Swing and a miss. 3 outs, and the side is retired. Give it a little good run, then it's from that bat. We played 1. We go to bottom of the first. Cardinals nothing, and the Nationals coming up to bat. Series finale in Washington. And on the mound for the 12 and 18 Cardinals today will be Zach Flattery. The series finale in Washington, making the 7th start of the season, 1-4 record, with a 1.66 ERA. 29 hits, 3 walks, and 51 strikeouts. Any pitcher that has a good amount of strikeouts, guys, is actually pretty good. Anybody can post. Trey Turner's all for 12, sitting on first as shortstop. This pitch by Flattery. The bottom, ball 1. But yeah, I was pretty, like I said, PGA Tour on the Switch. After I made that one purchase last night, my partner knew I was pretty much going to get it. And I'm like, I was thinking about getting it for PS4, but besides, I only have 2 games left in me. There'll be ground ball to third. Picked up by third baseman, throws to first, 1 out for the Nationals. But it's all good. PGA Tour will not go for me for the PS5. I mean, the first few that are still at the stack is Ratchet & Clank Rift Apart. Yeah, Ratchet & Clank Rift Apart. Assassin's Creed Valhalla is my very first one that I'm buying after I buy the PS5 and transfer my information to that. That'll bring up Adam Eden, batting 291, 5 ribbies. He also has a little under average road and home averages for the 1811 Nationals. But yeah, I haven't heard much of the price yet, but I know we're going to be dying to hear something, maybe at the TGS, Tokyo Game Show this month. I don't know, but it all depends. If it's going to be a little more, since it's not going to be much of a distraction in between, but we'll see. Twins 7, Astros 4 in Minnesota. That's 1-1. But it all depends. I mean, I'm a little more excited when it comes to you guys getting the console. That's why buying 2 systems is actually a waste of money at this point. 1-1 by Flattery. Foul ball to right, 1-2. But it all depends. 2-2. But how old are you going to be by the way, Nico? So I'll be 28 next year. My opponent's going to be 34 by the 4th of January. Ball 3, 3-2. On deck is Juan Soto. He's batting 223. But I can't complain. 3-2. Foul ball to right, 3-2. Adamian is batting 291. That's a little strong average. And he struck him out. Good strikeout, and that's out number 2 for the Nationals. But strikeout by Zach Flattery. Any good ERA, guys, whatever's below 2.0 or below 150, that is really sharp. It's actually really sharp in between it. So, it's all good. Picks up Juan Soto, left fielder. He's 1 for 7 with 2 strikeouts. Batting 223, 4 home runs, 11 ribbies. Like I said, work yesterday was not bad. Even though I was just tired. But 12 to 8 every Friday are still working very well for me. But having to do work 4 days and off 3 days every week, so that's actually a good thing. At the bottom, 0-2. And somebody's looking to strike him out or something. But we're gonna talk about our lineup for today. Well, we're gonna get a salad going after I'm done with this. 0-2. That's out of reach. Fly ball to deep right center field. Racing back, and it's gone. See you later. Number 22. Juan Soto. The solo shot is fifth at this point. 435 feet. The strikes first. It's 1-0 Nationals. Bottom of the first with 2 outs. The series finale in Washington. Holy cow. Okay, one more time, guys. Solo shot by Juan Soto. What's up, Breakout? How you doing? Take your time. And it's gone. Wow. 1-0 Nationals, bottom of the first. Seems finale in Washington, 2 outs. The pitch by Flattery. The bottom, ball 1. And go. Brings up first baseman Matt Adams. 221, 4 home runs, 8 ribbies, 2 stolen bases. If you have a good amount of stolen bases, guys, pretty much gets you a good stealer. Ball 2. There's really not much to be concerned in between it. That's good Isian news after this inning, perhaps. At the bottom, 2-1. Okay, Matt Adams is batting 221 today. As far as tonight, well, as far as today goes, my opponent has a wedding to go to. It's pretty much going to be this morning. I think she might be back this afternoon. I don't know, but we'll see what happens. I mean, I'm thinking we're gonna have time together tonight, or I don't know. We'll see. Swing and a miss. Out of reach. 3 outs and the side is retired. Nationals leave 1 hit. Go to the top of the second. Series finale in Washington. It's the Nationals 1 and the Cardinals nothing. 2 off for the Cardinals is Marcell Ozuna, left fielder. 2 all 4s, 6 home runs, 13 ribbies. It's also 2 for 6 with a double and 2 home runs, I believe. We're going to get Isian news started in just a second, guys. You guys want to follow me on Twitter? You can do so by following me on Twitter, share me out, tweet me out as good as you can. The bottom 0-2. And if you guys also want to vote for the idol, you can do by voting Aladdin at 29, Greatest Showman at 12. Same way. Struck him out at the bottom. That's the first out for the Cardinals. Still struck out by Joe Ross. But it all depends. Well, we're going to get Isian news started today, guys. Is a defensive lineup for the 18-11 Nationals as followed. But okay, let's get down to business. Let me see what we can start with here. Brings up Paul DeZong, shortstop. He's 0 for 11 with 7 strikeouts. So alrighty, guys, let's see what we have for you guys today. We're going to start with, hold on, at the upper 0-1. But as long as he is batting 130. We're going to start with something about Phil Spencer and the Xbox system. To the right, 1-1. Okay, well, we'll get this going in a second. 1-1 count coming up. To the left, 1-2. Outs. Tigers 8. Astros 4 in Minnesota. Try to get a little hit on that. Rays 3. Royals nothing in Kansas City. 1-2. Struck him out too. Another strikeout. Second out by the Cardinals. One strikeout by Joe Ross. Comes Tyrell Neal, center fielder. 5 strikeouts, he's 1 for 7. Batting 143, 1 home run, 4 ribbies. But other than that, like I said, work last night was not bad. Had some good help when a couple people worked from 8 to 5. Used the machine for a little while. To the right, outs 0-2. Oh my goodness. Try to get a little piece on to the right. Like I said, you don't want to hit it too far to the right or left. 1 and 2 to the right. Little more of a usual spot. So according to Adam Bankers from last night, head of Xbox Phil Spencer. Hold on a second. Struck him out too. Struck out O'Neal, and the side is retired. 3 up, 3 down for the Cardinals. Series for now in Washington. To the bottom of the second, Nationals 1 and the Cardinals nothing. Due up for the Nationals is a second baseman, Howie Kendrick. 2 for 11, 2 strikeouts in his resume. Pitched by Flattery. Keep it a little under control. At the bottom, ball 1. Kendrick's batting .308. So basically, it mentions something. It actually mentioning a little more of an interesting fact. That'd be ground ball to second. He throws the first, 1 out for the Nationals. Padres 6, Braves 2 in Atlanta. There's a defensive lineup for the 12 and 18 Cardinals. Head of Xbox Phil Spencer took multiple video interviews in the month of July 2 months ago with an Xbox Series S, simply sitting on his shelf, and apparently no one noticed. Zero Cabrera's batting .364, 101 4 RBIs. Rockies 9, Brewers 7 in Milwaukee. And there's actually a little more of an extra copy. I mean, if you have a console that's behind you, I think it's actually worth noting, almost kind of like a good surprise. When it's behind the desk or something. But sitting on itself, you know, I just think it's a little bit good for exercise. The official Xbox Twitter account revealed the fun fact that is that in the hashtag GameLab20, he's still on Fireside. Had a little more of something confidential. At the bottom, 1 and 2. Spencer had an unannounced Xbox Series S on itself over his left shoulder the whole time. Now guys, I just think it's a little more of a secret. I mean, if you have a new system and it's not been out yet, swung on and missed, and that's out number 2 for the Nationals. Don't strike out by Zach Flattery. Even though it's actually worth surprise. Now, as I look at this image from Twitter, it says here, and I quote, according from Xbox with a question mark, as a check mark at this point, with a check, with things people have done like chores or anything. It says here, and I quote, fun fact, Xbox Series S is so small, and Xbox P3 had it sitting on his bookshelf back on July 1st, and nobody noticed. Now guys, I just think, if you have a console that's pretty much worth a little more unveiling, people should be prepared and get that console ready to go for a release date, launch, so most of us can actually see what it looks like. That'd be ground ball to first. Gets it himself, gets back in it, and the inning is over. 3 outs. 3 up, 3 down for the Nationals. Still early. Series for now in Washington. Go to top of the 3rd inning. Nationals 1, Cardinals nothing. But furthermore, Spencer also spoke with Isaac and Zena Zarek around the same time, and also had the console in the plain sight. As Isaac said, and I quote, hold up. Okay, saw the flights, okay. Went on to say, and I quote, wow, me and Zena and Zarek interviewed Xbox P3. At the end of July, he had the new Xbox Series S hidden on his back shelf the entire time. But basically, it definitely did not see that. I mean, if you have a console that's in the back, people should not be hurt, should not have a problem on unveiling it. See if they have a console in the back. For someone that has a really good system like the Series X, as which they won't be coming out till the next couple months in November. Ball 2. It's actually to the left, 2-0. So I think it's actually a little bit sweet of how somebody can have a console in their bookshelf upstairs, or, you know. That'll be fly ball center field. We're gonna get there. And he makes the catch. First out for the Cardinals. Straight up catch. So basically that's actually a different thing. Now guys, let me ask you guys this in the chat. Rockies 10, Brewers 7 in Milwaukee. Brings up Matt Wieters, the catcher. Only batting 42. Even though it's actually a low average. We also have some releases for you guys today too. Starting this Tuesday. At the bottom, 0-1. Starting this Tuesday, guys, we've got Fight Crab. Dented the first Hersey. It's actually a different thing. 1-1 at the bottom. It's actually a sinker. Here's another good one. Splunky 2. The sequel to the very first one. To the left, 1 and 2. So you guys can check that out. I've played a little bit of the first one. It does look alright. 2 and 2 at the bottom. Race 6, Royals nothing in Kansas City. For the Swits, Apex Legends. But the other consoles already have it. Ball 3, 3 and 2. There's also a better on deck too. 3 and 2 by Ross. Try to get a walk, but that's a strikeout. Second out for the Cardinals. And we also have We Are Who We Are coming out this Monday. Kenya Breads of Spirits will no longer release in the holidays. Apparently. That's a long article. I'm gonna pass. GameStop's still a thing since we actually had since you guys have already heard that Xbox Series X and the S are coming out November 10th. The prices have been organized, good shape, and I think they're out for pre-orders very shortly. The bottom 0-2. Wow. But I think I still think the PS5 is going to be the same price as what the other two consoles are. Struck him out, and the side is retired. We'll see what it comes down to. I've also gone a little speculation this week. The bottom of the third. Series for now in Washington, Nationals 1, and the Cardinals nothing. Due up for the Nationals. And that would be people, some of them, actually a little half of them, are speculating a little bit, or just a little bit of a guess, that they're hoping that the Series S is going to be a little more powerful than what the PS5 can make. I mean, the thing is, even though it's my last system, I still think the PS5 is going to do quite well, you know. A little more powerful with the other consoles for a long time, and see what it's going to rest assure. But I can tell you guys this, when I start the chat, after I transfer my information, my opponent's still getting this console very soon. Besides, as soon as he gets a call from that interview he had this week, he'll still get it. He'll still get my PS4. Ian Gomes is batting 190. 1 and 2 by Flattery. It's actually not going to be a problem. 2 and 2. We also have other stuff too. This is also Destiny 2 Adored versus Beloved. And the many interesting changes. Huh. Well, I'm not going back to Destiny 2 when it comes to PS5. Ball 3. 3 and 2. He's also on deck. You also have Rainbow Six Siege. Best tips for playing as Sam Fisher as nickname Zero. Huh. 3 and 2 by Flattery. And that is... And that's actually a walk. First walk by Flattery. So he walks Ian Gomes for the 18-11 1811 Nationals. For a sacrifice bunt, runner at first, nobody out. And that's a bunt attempt, that's foul, 0-1. Bunt attempts are actually happen between 75 or 50%. And that's a bunt. Gets him at first, and that's the first out for the Nationals. First goes to second. You're playing on PS4, right? Exactly, yep. I am, buddy. But you're also getting the PS5 as well, right? I mean, the speculation that's kind of like it's coming to me is the fact that the Series X and S are going to be a little more speculating and accumulating than what the PS5 is going to do. Back to the lineup, Trey Turner, shortstop, he's 0 for 1 for ground out. Hashtag awesome. Morning Pop Smurf, how you doing? And a pop-up close to the pitcher's box. Runner will hold at second. And makes the Cats. Second out for the Nationals. But it is good to see you back too, buddy. Brings up admin, center fielder. He struck out his first time. He's 0 for 1. Runner at second, 2 outs. Says, whatever time my opponent gets back, I might be down tonight. If not, you guys will have a new episode of the Suzima. Because that's actually still one of the top 5 in my book. That might win Game of the Year. But it all depends. You guys can also get the best game audio money. Can buy with a high-end gaming headset. That's actually a little interesting. 2-0. Well, 3-0. Can't complain, buddy. Work last night was good. On deck is Juan Soto. He's on deck. At the bottom, 3-1.
Hey, that 3-0 pitch might have been important for him right there. Regroup, get his mechanics back under him.
We also have the best video game remakes of all time. But other than that, I don't think it's actually going to be a problem. 3-1. It's like swing 3-2. And I mean, it's 0 for 1. Flattery nods his head. That's a fly ball center field. We're gonna get under it. Makes the Cats, and the inning is over. Yeah, the PS5's. I'm speculating that the PS5's gonna do very well. Trust me. We played 3 innings. Go to top of the 4th. Series finale in Washington. Nationals 1 and the Cardinals nothing. Leading off first. Do what for the Cardinals? It's third baseman Tommy Edman. He threw a walk his first time. But it all depends. To left, ball 1. Nico says this time, if I buy a console, then I will go for Xbox, I think. Do we think that the Xbox system might be a little more than the PS5, maybe? Well, 2-0. I mean, I don't know. I mean, this console has been out for nearly 7 years. It'll be 6 years by October 24th. To the right, 2-1. I mean, I've been enjoying plenty of games for a long time, and I've been having great successful experiences that were down in the middle. 2-1. At the bottom, 2-2. Wow. 5 likes. Can we get 7? Struck him out. First out for the Cardinals. It's struck out by Joe Ross. But we'll see what happens. I mean, it's 1 of 2. We also have the best remakes. As he actually listed the top 10 throughout a long time. Number 10. I mean, I'll start you off with number 10. That's a little more rare. He's up second baseman Con Wong. Struck out his first time. He's 0 for 1. I usually wait to see what the reviews are before I buy. That usually comes with games that are investments too. When it comes to PS4, Xbox One, or the PC, and possibly the Switch. Stadia, actually, I'm not buying the other system for sure. 0-1. 0-2. Outs. Trying to get a piece of it, but it was off to the little bottom. 0-2. Struck him out as well. Back-to-back strikeouts. Not what any team wants to have. That's a second out for the Cardinals. Okay guys, I'll start you off with number 10. Legend of Zelda, Link's Awakening. Now this game is really good. I played some of this game. I stopped playing it for a little while. But I haven't gone back to the game itself. It's our first baseman Matt Carpenter struck out his first time. He's 0 for 1. 12-8 the Cardinals. Hopefully to get it together. Maybe by getting a baseball team a couple good hits, maybe. If it comes down to it. Owen, the Pits. Foul ball to left. 0-1. Got a little piece of it. Its speed was 84 miles per hour. But it all depends. And also the thing about Breath of the Wild too. I mean, Breath of the Wild has been really intense for a long time. 1 and 2 at the bottom. Even though the game is great for what it is. So number 10 is Legend of Zelda, Link's Awakening. I for one did like the game. Struck him out. The side is retired. 3 up, 3 down for the Cardinals. Bottom of the 4th. Series finale in Washington. Nationals 1, the Cardinals nothing. Due up for the Nationals. Left-handed batter, left fielder, Juan Soto. He drew a home run his first time. He's 1 for 1. Number 9. I'm gonna read this article right here. Number 9, Pokemon Heart Gold and Soul Silver. Now those two games I've never played. When it comes to playing other what do you call it? Pokemon games since I was a kid. So basically, when it comes to that, it's not all too bad. I mean, Pokemon's still been out for a long time for the centuries. For some good stuff that were very well upgraded from the Nintendo systems. Let me catch up on the tab real quick. Yeah, PC is actually a really good, that is a gaming system. It's been out for a long time. Struck him out at the middle. That's the first out for the Nationals. 4th strikeout by Zach Flattery. Also, if I wait, they usually bundle some decent games. Well, Ratchet & Clank's gonna be really good. By next year, once it hits the PS5 and the Series X and S. Like I said, the S version is actually a little more smaller. It's actually small, from what I see. Matt Adams is 0 for 1. So I think it'll be a little more speculating to see where that's going to go in between that. So, well, we'll see. See what happens. 1-1 by Flattery. Ball 2, 2-1. Pokemon Gold and Silver, though only the second in the long-running Pokemon RBZ series. And now I think Brother Mark may know something about this too. The bottom 2-2 are the only entries that allowed players to travel across actually not one, but 2 different regions. This is, of course, having a total of 16 badges between the 2 versions. Struck him out. Good strikeout. 5th strikeout by Zach Flattery, and that's out number 2 for the Nationals. Instead of the extended 8, brings up second baseman Howie Kendrick. He grounded out his first time. He's 0 for 1. We'll continue along with that in second. The middle 0-1. I might lose internet. Connection has been wonky lately. My connection's been fine at this point. But as long as people have good connection, good reception with internet, and something like that, it'll be okay. Call from first base, and the side is retired. Good catch. 3 up, 3 down for the Nationals. Go to top of the 5th. Series finale in Washington. Nationals 1, and the Cardinals nothing. That meant 2 endgame challenges to conquer, 2 sets of legendary Pokemon to collect, 16 gym leaders to defeat, and more. Now the thing about Pokemon, guys, is the Enhanced DS remakes was released 10 years later, which is Pokemon Heart Gold and Soul Silver, only improved upon Pokemon Gold and Silver, as I have beaten Gold for the Nintendo Game Boy system a while back, actually a long time ago, and I still referenced as a favorite, and if not the best of all time with Pokemon games by many. Half-Life is number 8, Half-Life Black Mesa, never played it. 1-0 count by Ross, Azona's 0 for 1. Try to get a piece of it, that's 1-1 at the middle. It's actually a first person. Number 7, Spiral Reignited Rosie. Now Spiral's been out since the PS1, so I just think it's really interesting to... I mean, Spiral... I mean, the franchise for Spiral has been really good. One of my love's roommates in the back does like Spiral, basically. It'll be Foul Ball to right, 2 and 2. I mean, I've always thought Spiral was actually a good investment, you know. Even though I was a little bit close if I was going to buy the game in the past, I for one said no, because it's also inspired by that and Crash Bandicoot. To the left, good try, first out for the Cardinals, a strikeout. But you know something? Spiral and Crash are actually good friends. Good longtime friends from Naughty Dog. But when it comes down to, but it's all good. Partizan's 0 for 1. Number 6, Metal Gear Solid. At the middle, 0-1. Brings up Partizan's shortstop. He struck out in the second inning. He's 0 for 1. It's Metal Gear Solid: The Twin Snakes. The 2004 remake of 1998's Metal Gear Solid for the PS1. The middle, 0-2. Outs. So Ross has 61 pitches, 40 with strikes, and 21 with balls. Comes to number 62. 1 and 2 at the bottom. And it also got monetized for the GameCube. While the development team at Silicon Knights may have gone a little too hard on some of the cutscene action. 2 and 2. But yeah, I have played a couple of Metal Gear Solid games. You guys have seen it in the long time ago. That'd be one game out of the best. 3 and 2 at the bottom, and that is of course. Well, I almost technically did beat Ground Zeroes for Metal Gear Solid 5. But Phantom Pain is a really good one too. But I haven't beaten that, to be honest. 3 and 2 by Ross. Trying to get a walk, and that's strikeout. Throws the first. That's the second out for the Cardinals. Things are not going so well right now. At least not yet. But yeah, there's a lot of history that's been in between that and Metal Gear Solid. This is always inspired by Konami, and when Kojima was back in the mix for a long time. But he has his own company. And when the game itself only provides something that's a little more certainty. That only provides a spectacular graphical overhaul as well. 0-1. It's a foul ball to right. 0-2. Its speed was 46 miles per hour. And it's also a little bit inspired from what Metal Gear Solid 2 had. Struck him out, throws the first, and the inning is over. Not going so well for the 12 and 18 Cardinals right now, but it's still a lot of time. Series finale in Washington. Go to bottom of the 5th. Nationals 1, and the Cardinals nothing. Due up for the Nationals is Mr. Third Baseman, Azubal Cabrera. He struck out in the second inning. He's 0 for 1. But it all depends, really. I mean, of course I've been the of course I've been the second one. I mean, the second one was really good. I mean, I liked it. I nearly cried in a couple of ending parts when I beat Metal Gear Solid 2. What's the second title was named called Metal Gear Solid 2 Sons of Liberty. Well, people would actually call it Sons of Liberty at this point. It's the inside of Metal Gear, even though Metal Gear was actually very powerful when the very first one was out since 1998. Now, I have played some of it in the past. I mean, a long time ago, when it was out for PS1. Struck him out at the bottom, first out for the Nationals. Took strike out by Zach Flattery. Zach Flattery's not doing too bad for the 12-18 Cardinals today on the mound. Now, the game is about adding abilities, like being able to hang off ledges, peek around corners, and perhaps, most importantly, that everybody likes having, prior to what Headman's going to be having next year, is first-person offered players for far more flexibility to navigate an area, and that would actually be shooting. Now, shooting's actually perfect from what I see in the standard point, and they pop up to left. It's not going to get it. That's 0-2. Flattery's giving up 20 balls, 38 strikes for 58 in total. Now, as I said, 0-2. But yeah, Metal Gear Solid's been around for a long time. That's a ground ball center field. And that'll be a single. And it's a single for the Nationals. Rays 8, Royals 2 in Kansas City. And it also has an enhanced enemy AI. Even veterans of the PSX version got a fresh look at Snake's first 3D adventure. Yeah, the game itself is not bad. I mean, I actually, like I said, I beat Sons of Liberty. I think I've beaten Ground Zeroes. It was actually the fifth Metal Gear Solid game between part 1 and 2. The pitch by Flattery. Foul ball to left, 0-1. King Gums is batting 190. Run on first, 2 outs. Actually, 1 out, excuse me. Ground ball to third, outs. And that will be a single. Oh my goodness. Another single for the Nationals. Number 5 is Metroid Zero Missing. Now, Metroid, I played a little bit of Metroid. Once, of course, was actually out for the very first Nintendo system. This is something I've had a little more experience and had a little more gameplay with. But the first Metroid system I've played was Metroid Prime Hunters. It was also for the DS system. So I've always thought it was good. I mean, people actually liked it a little bit, get a little more intrigued. What the graphics were. To the left, 0-2. Second and third, 2 outs. 1-0 Nationals. To his finale in Washington. The bottom, 1-2. Trey Turner's 0 for 2. And it actually became one of the best, what do you call it? Best remakes of all time. Throughout Nintendo. 1-2. 2-2 at the bottom. But I do have to give credit to Metroid 2. Since it's been out for a long time, since they actually made a good retro opportunity for the series. Foul ball to left, 2-2. But yeah, Metroid is actually good for what it is. For the last numerous times. With the main character as, what do you call it? Zemus. Or Sam, excuse me. For the top of the 6th, series finale in Washington. Nationals 1 and the Cardinals nothing. Due up for the Cardinals is right fielder Jose Martinez. He had a flyout in the 3rd inning. He's 0 for 1. 12-18 Cardinals really need to get some on the board. Pitch by Ross, please. To the right, ball 1. Number 4 is Resident Evil Remake. Now the thing about Resident Evil, it's energetic. It's fun killing zombies, getting some good health to boost. You know, at the bottom 1 and 2. But yeah, Resident Evil's been out since the 1990s. Ever since they made some good movies for a long time. Made about 7 or 8 of them for the chapter. Was I've played plenty of Resident Evil games since I actually purchased the 4th one for this console. That's the first out for the Cardinals. 14 strikeouts by Joe Ross already. Yeah, Resident Evil is always inspired by good gameplay, graphics. Shooting's always nice, the same way at the same time. And also have some good health, some good friends too. Gave it a good swing, 0-1. He's up to catch up Matt Wieters. Wieters is 0 for 1 with a strikeout in the 3rd inning. 12 and 80 Cardinals need to get something. So that's actually number 4, I would assume. Good try, 0-2. Wow. So yeah, that's actually number 4. I mean, the only previous one that didn't do so well is Umbrella Corps and Resident Evil Survivor. Those two did not do so well. Struck him out, 2nd out for the Cardinals. Oh my goodness. Things are not really going good for the Cardinals right now. The 12 and 18 Cardinals, that is. Absolutely not. Number 3. Now number 3, guys, is really interesting. Let's just say this franchise came out for the PS2. Had one game that I've been like 5 to 7 times in the past, as long as I can remember. And it came out for the PSP. And that is, of course, it's Ratchet & Clank. Ratchet & Clank's 2016 remake is a fascinating, fun, and unexpected refresh of the franchise's title. The bottom 1 and 2 was actually goes of Origins, a retelling of the Particular Duo's origin story. Hold on, 1 and 2. Struck him out either way. He pretty much doesn't care. The side is retired. 3 up, 2 down for the Cardinals. Play 5.5. Houston now in Washington. Nationals 1, Cardinals nothing. Do up for the Nationals. The center fielder, Adam Eden, struck out and he has flown out. He's 0 for 2. Pitch by Flattery. The bottom, 1-0. It was actually a far less successful film adoption at the same year. I mean, like I said, I did beat plenty of them for a long time. But the one that was a little more exciting was going with was actually a father-son thing. You go see Ratchet & Clank, perhaps. That's a fly ball center field. Racing back, makes the catch. And that's the first out for the Nationals. Yeah, I've always thought Ratchet & Clank is actually one of the, and is always one of the biggest franchises that I've actually enjoyed since the PS2. PS2 came out with its very first one. But the PS4 exclusive, guys, manages to do just about everything right as a remake and a fun game in its own right. Yeah, the movie itself is a little more different to what the game can inspire. That's a ground ball to the left. Center fielder picks it up, and that's a single. That's a single for the Nationals. Base hit. Yeah, Ratchet & Clank is only, I mean, since I am getting the Rift Apart next year, I think it'll be really good. Why not first 1 out? The pitch by Flattery. That's 0-1 at the bottom. Twins 8, Astros 4, the final in Minnesota. Matt Adams is 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts. But yeah, it has some good footsteps the way it's been going. But yeah, I am getting ripped apart, and that's yeah, that's a hit by a Pitts. Wow, that is an automatic walk by Zach Flattery. Let's get that. First and second, 1 out. The pitch by Flattery. Gonna quickly recover. Ball 1 to the upper left. Number 2. This is a franchise you guys see every Thursday and Fridays. And that is, of course, hold on a second. The pitch to the upper left, 1-1. Howard Kendrick's 0 for 2. And that will be a double steal. Double steal, guys. Second goes to third, first goes to second. Soto has second, Matt Adams has his third. 1 and 2. Oh, 2 and 2. And that is Final Fantasy VII Remake. Now I being the very first one. That's a strikeout. Second out for the Nationals. It's strikeout by Zach Flattery. Now, like I said, I did beat Final Fantasy VII for PS1 twice. 2 times, maybe 3 times, since it still holds the tied record between that and Final Fantasy VIII Remake. But it's VIII Remake, it was a very interesting story, and I liked it. I lost it at the ending. But I've always thought it was very emotional. It was great. Having a privilege and having a big honor of playing it. You know, and it was actually enjoyable to play, too. To get all the DS for the first time. Thank goodness I got them all. It's very, like I said, it's very interesting. If people try, when people try to look into this game, it's actually emotional. Romance might be included or might not. But either way, it's very interesting for what people can actually look into. Whether they're playing Final Fantasy VII, Final Fantasy VIII Remake, Dragon Quest XI. That still holds the record of 78 episodes. On deck, Scratapara, batting .276. He's on deck, 3 and 2. Struck him out. Great strikeout. And the side is retired. Flattery says not today. Nationals leave 1. To the top of the 7th, series finale in Washington. Nationals 1 and the Cardinals nothing. Like I said, the 12 and 18 Cardinals need to get it started right here and right now. They have to get it going now. To have any baseball team get a big opportunity. They have to start now currently. Number 1, of course. This has been out since last year. And that is Resident Evil 2 Remake. Tommy Evans leading off. He's 0 for 1 for walking his first time. The 12 and 18 Cardinals need to get something started right now. The bullpen is Wandale Surel for the 18-11 Nationals. Here's the Pets coming up. Ball 1, there you go. So there you go. Number 1 is Resident Evil 2 Remake. Now I have played a little bit. I have played a little more with Nemesis. Resistance was actually interesting too. Foul ball to left, 1 and 1. We got those are your top 10. Is there any more news this morning before we get prepared for tonight? Suzima. Ball 2, 2 and 1. Well, Ross has already given up 1 walk. 1 or 2 walks at least on the mound for the 8-11 Nationals. Pitch speed was 84 miles per hour, 4 inches. Comes to 2 and 1. Now, as I said, try to get something. That's a foul ball to left, 2 and 2. Since there's no news till tonight, you guys can see yourselves. Ball 3 to the right, 3 and 2. You guys can see yourselves. News. Yeah, Metal Gear Solid is interesting. The stories are adding up a little bit more. Struck him out, gave it a run. That's the first out for the Cardinals. Tommy Evans was probably looking for a hit. That'll bring up Con Wong, second baseman. Struck out twice, he's 0 for 2. 12 and 18 Cardinals, we would need to get it going now. If any baseball is going to have a chance. Pitch by Ross. The bottom 0-1. Any player wants to get a good hit. To the left, 1-1. Not actually if it's outside the zone. You don't want to get too quick. 1-1. Gave it a run. That's a foul ball to left. 1-2. Got a little bit of suspicion out of it though. That's also a foul ball to left in the stands. 1-2. I mean, guys, we'll have the Susie Mop tonight. And they pop up. Makes the catch from third, second out for the Cardinals. That'll bring up Matt Carpenter, first baseman. He struck out twice, he is 0 for 2. Carpenter is actually a good hitter too, when it comes to any baseball team. The Pits, the bottom 0-1. Any player needs to get a good hit right now to have its opportunity. 0-1 count by Ross. Nope, that's 0-2. Outs. 12 and 18 Cardinals are not stamping it up at all. They are not getting the ball that much at all, to be honest. 0-2. Got a little something. Foul ball to left, 0-2. Another 0-2 coming up. 1-2. There you go. But if I don't do the Susie Mod tonight, anything less, my opponent has a chance. 2-2. Oh, somebody has a baby shower today. Ooh, that should be good. Comes to 2-2 by Ross. Somebody's looking to have a good hit soon. That's a ground ball to right. Tries to pick at it. Well, it's the first. Good try, and the inning is over. Oh my goodness. 3 up, 3 down for the Cardinals. Series finale in Washington. 5 in the 7th. Nationals 1. The Cardinals nothing. Due up for the Nationals is right fielder Grado Parra, right-handed batter. Singled in the 5th inning. He's 1 for 2. And Flattery might be out of that pace coming out of it. So coming to the mound, of course. So on the mound for these 12 and 18 Cardinals will be Dominic Lewan. Lewan making his 9th start of the season. 0-1 of a 5.79 ERA and 8 strikeouts in total. If you guys want to follow me on Twitter, you can do so by following me on Twitter. Send me out, tweet me out, leave a comment. That's a ground ball center field. Picked up by second, both the first, and that is the first out for the Cardinals. First out for the Nationals, excuse me. But it won't be a problem. That'll bring up Ian Gomes, the catcher. He's singled in the 5th inning. He's 1 for 1. I also want to take the time as well to deliver a shout out to Sports Time Machine, aka Utah Mike from Zombie Gaming. 0-2 to the right. Out. Oh my goodness. Keep up the good work, Utah Mike. For what we do. You guys are outstanding as always when you guys come in here. Strike him out. That's out number 2 for the Nationals. Struck out by Dominic Lewan. Any pitcher is actually a replacement. Rockies 10, Brewers 7. The final in Milwaukee. That'll bring up Joe Ross on the mound for the 18-11 Nationals. He had 2 sacrifice bunts. Next, we got a couple of base runners out of that too, I would assume. Left, 1-0. It's also another cinematic trailer of Assassin's Creed Valhalla. That is of course, is going to be my very first one I'm buying. After I part ways with the PS4, and I'm buying that for PS5. So. Oh yeah, there's another name that's in that hat for next year, and that is Spider-Man Miles Morales. That's right, that's what I was also thinking too. 1 and 2? 2 and 2. So I might definitely get Spider-Man. For sure. That'll also be almost part of any schedule. Since I'm getting the PS5 regular. I'm not buying it digital. It's a ground ball to first. Picks it up, gets to it, and the side is retired. 3 up, 3 down for the Nationals. To the top of the 8th. Stretch time. Since finale in Washington. It's Cardinals nothing. Nationals 1. On the mound for the 8-11 Nationals is Wonder Suro. Suro makes 11th start, 2-0 record, 4 saves, with 1.59 ERA. Due up for the Cardinals is Marcell Ozuna. 2 strikeouts, he's 0 for 2. Any baseball team just needs to get something together. Any baseball team just needs to get some good hits and get something together. Up top, 0-1. See where it leads off with. But we'll see what happens. 0-1 count by Suro. Gave it a good run. That's 0-2. Like I said, you want to have a good positive hit, guys. A good positive hit. As long as you know what you're doing. 0-2. 1 and 2 to the right. Attendance today, guys, 24,029. Between the magic number and attendance, basically. Struck him out. First out for the Cardinals. So Ross did very well. Pitched 7 innings, 1 walk, 17 strikeouts, total of 97 for the 18-11 Nationals. It'll bring up Paul DeZong, shortstop. 2 strikeouts, he is 0 for 2. 12-18 Cardinals need to get something big right about now. Suro gets an opportunity. He looks in. Here's the pitch coming up. Gave it a good opportunity, but doesn't get a lot out of it. That's 0-1. One and one at the bottom. Good try, but that's way up top. 1 and 2.
Looks to me like he's just trying to do too much up there at the plate. That's an easy trap to fall into when you're the tying run, but you can't be chasing.
In a different statement or a different format. 1 and 2. 2 and 2 at the bottom.
Well, that's what you want from your curveball.
Well, at least any baseball team tries to get a little hits every now and then. Shout out to Lord Nick, how you doing? Thank you, buddy. Safe Gamer, how you doing from Zombie? 2 and 2. Struck him out. Second out for the Cardinals. Yeah, it's really not going good today for the 12-18 Cardinals. There's no sign of a hit yet, even though it could have happened earlier this morning. There might be something interesting for a baseball team to get up there. Try to get a couple good hits, base runners at the same part, at the same level. Yeah, my opponent has a wedding to go to today, and then I think he's relaxing tonight. If I'm right, 1 and 1 at the bottom.
A nice adjustment right there for him to get on top of that base.
I mean, I would think so, to be honest. I would think so.
Tried to overthrow, got under it, and it sailed on him a little bit.
Since I've only been to 1 or 2 weddings. Maybe just a few. I think my punch meant a few extra. To the left, 1 and 2. Oh my goodness. Two and two to the left.
He executed that 1-2 curveball pretty well. I think it's right where he wanted it to end up, but he couldn't get him to chase at it. We'll see what they go with now after that didn't work out.
2 out, nobody on.
But it's all good. 2 and 2 by Sumo. That's a fly ball to left center field. Tries to get it, and it'll get something going all right. And there you go. That's what I'm talking about. That's a double. And a double for the Cardinals. Still double by Tyro O'Neill. There you go. That's when any baseball team can try to get something good. And that is a double for the Cardinals. Oh my goodness. There you go. Let's see if any baseball team can manage it. Right at second, 2 outs. The pitch by Sumo. At the bottom, it's okay. 0-1. Jose Martinez has struck out and he has flown out. He's 0 for 2. See what the 12 and 18 Cardinals can do if they put in what their money, what their mouth is a little bit. Not the one you want to swing either. That's 0-2. The pitch miles per hour was 95. Maybe there's a little more left in the tank too. 1 and 2. We're gonna steal third. Got it. He's still third. 100% goes to third. Fifth stolen base by Tyro O'Neill. Looks like the 12 and 18 Cardinals want to get something going. Holy cow. Well, anybody at least expects it to have something to go for a steal. It's better than nothing. 1 and 2. Struck him out. Good try. And the side is retired. Good try, though. Go to the bottom of the 8th. Series now in Washington. Nationals 1 and the Cardinals nothing. Due up for the Nationals is shortstop Trey Turner. Struck out in the 5th inning. He's 0 for 3. Pitch coming up. At the bottom, 0-1. To the right, 1-1. Padres 6, Braves 2 in Atlanta. If you guys do want to follow me on Twitter, you can do so by following me on Twitter. By following me, actually. Zombie Gaming. You guys can send me out, tweet me out, leave a comment as good as you can. You guys also want to vote for the Idol for next year. That's a pop-up to little right center field. Makes the catch, and that's the first out for the Nationals. We have Lands at 29, Greatest Summon at 12. But if I do go live tonight, you guys will have to Susie Mom. See what happens to a different honest opinion. Adam means 0 for 3. Bottom 0 and 2. But there's really not much complaining in between though. 0 and 2. Swing and a miss. Out number 2 for the Nationals. 2 and 1, 27-21. Let me check this out. We're both 3 and 0, very good. Well, the teams have a couple good wins out of it. At the bottom, 0 and 1. Gonna bring up Juan Soto. He had a solo shot with a single. He's 2 for 3. And then tomorrow, you guys are only getting a new episode of the Susie Month. Fly ball from second makes the catch, and the side is retired. We're through 8 innings, guys. Top of the 9th. Series finale in Washington. It's the Nationals 1 and the Cardinals nothing. On the mound for the 1811 Nationals is Son Doolittle. 12th start of the season, one in a record of 1.59 ERA. Due watch for the Cardinals is Matt Wieters. Wieters struck out twice, is 0 for 2 as Ketzer. Now this might be a time for a baseball team to start jumping in. As of right now. That's it looks like a good hit, but that's 0-1. It's a fly ball to right foul. 0-1 count by Doolittle. At the bottom, like I say, either way, you don't want to swing at the bottom. It's almost not like the best bet you can have. 39, 31, okay. We take out the other unbeatens. 0-2. 1-2 to the far to the right. So that game's going to be huge. Outs.
Yeah, Matt, you cannot miss on your first rounder, and they didn't with this guy. He is.
Well, we'll be doing just fine. 1-2 coming up.
Looking forward to strikeout. Here's the
2-2 to the bottom left.
Just inside.
Keeping the lighter speed and a little more power. 3-2 by Doolittle. On deck in the pitcher's box for Dominic Lee 1. Doolittle tries to get the sign ready. 3-2. That'll be a ground ball center field. There you go. That's much better. That's a single. A single for the Cardinals. 12 and 18 Cardinals might not be out of it yet. Especially if any baseball team can get a little bit more. This might be a different pinch hitter. And it will be pinch hitting for the 12 and 18 Cardinals will be Yadier Molina. 145, 2 ribbies. That's a runner at first, nobody out. Let's see if the 12 and 18 Cardinals can get something good. From any Ketzer or any kind. At the bottom, 0-1. Yadier Molina is batting 145, 2 ribbies. Runner at first, nobody out. Runner at first doesn't have that much of a steal. So he'll keep his base and hold him at first. And they pop up. Caught from first base makes the catch. That's the first out for the Cardinals. Back to the lineup. Here comes third baseman Tommy Edman. You can see walk his first time. He's 0 for 2. Is any player or any sports player wants to have an opportunity? To the right, 1-0. This could actually almost be the time. Might be obvious, but it could be an opportunity. Gave it a good run. 1-1 at the bottom. It's all good. 1-1. And also the 1-1 count coming up. Up top, 1-2. Fans are looking for it. Since some of these guys are almost like disturbing zombies or something. 1-2. Struck him out. Second out for the Cardinals. And the Cardinals are down to the final out. First strikeout by Son Doolittle. Alright, it's last chance for the Cardinals. Second baseman Con Wong. He's 0 for 3 for pop out in the 7th. Runner at first. 2 outs. Canadian baseball team get it.
From the stretch, here's the pitch.
To the right, ball 1. Want to have a good hit, guys. That's the important thing. To the right, 1-1.
It finds the zone on the inside. You know, they finally get the leadoff runner
The
on.
players just needs to keep on doing what they're doing and do not make any frustrations. 1-2 outs. 1-2. And the Cardinals are down to the final strikes. Excuse me. Even though one team has a couple hits, it's not all too bad. Struck him out, and the Cardinals are down to 12-19. Cardinals couldn't get a lot of runs together, and it was all 1911 Nationals. Oh my goodness. Well, that's a little more obvious, guys. For the 12-19 Cardinals, sadly, for the 12-19 Cardinals this season, we had 2 hits. 1911 Nationals had 1 run, 4 hits, no errors. For the 12-19 Cardinals, Tyler O'Neill had a double, 1 for 3. Pinch hitter Yadier Molina, 1 for 1. Waiters and Jose Martinez had 2 strikeouts. Waiters had 1 for 3 though. The big difference for the 1911 Nationals, taking the series finale in Washington, is Juan Soto. He was 2 for 4 of solo shot with a ribby. Guado Parras 1 for 3. Gian Gomes 1 for 2 with a walk and strikeout. And Matt Adams had 2 strikeouts. Same way. So it's series finale taken by the 1911 Nationals. 1-0, 4 hits, no errors. 2 hits, no errors. It's the Cardinals are 12-19. But here's the thing, guys. There's still a lot of baseball to get to. As it's always 1 to 2 days a week. So it's actually been a while. As far as the other teams go, we've got not too many. Get to that in a second.
Happy Friday, baseball fans. Welcome to Inside.
Still holding steady at 5 likes. Can we get 7 in the chat? While I look at this, Super Saiyan, how you doing?
Redbirds 1-0. The Reds set 3 balls into the seats as they took care of the Mets at Citi Field 6-5. The Rockies.
I'm gonna sell gold after I'm done with this too. Keeping everything up to date.
10 hits as a team as they beat the Braves in Atlanta 6-2. The Rays combined to give up just 5 hits as they dethroned the Royals 8-2.
All right. We'll start things off with the Padres winning by 4, going up 21-11 over the Braves to 15-17 in Atlanta. 6-2, 10 hits, no errors, 7 hits and no errors. Earlham's second win. Yates of his 12th save.
And that's the show. Thanks for listening in. I'll be back tomorrow with more news.
The Reds go up 22-10 by 1. Going up 22-10 over the Go-Go Mets by 1 run, down to 15-16 in New York City. 6-5, 8 hits, 2 errors, 10 hits, and no errors. Casillo's 5th win. AJ Garrett, I would assume, 11 saves. The Twins went by 4 up to 15-15 over the Astros to 12-10 in Minnesota. 8-4, 13 hits, 2 errors, 8 hits and no errors. May of his first win. Rogers for his 7th save. The Rockies had a good one. Went by 3, up 16-17 over the Brewers to 13-20 in Milwaukee. 10-7, 12 hits, no errors, 15 hits and no errors. Freeland second win. Steve was 9th save. Devon observation. The Rays squeak up to 20-12 by 6 over the Royals to 15-17. Hold up a minute. Let me look at this real quick. Okay, we're still doing good. 8-2, 13 hits, 5 hits, no errors. It's Snell's 3rd win. The Red Sox had a good game as well with the White Sox, going up 20-13 over the White Sox to 21-10 Chicago. Final two in Chicago, final score 2-0 shutout, 7 hits, 1 error, 1 hit, and no errors. Rodriguez for 3rd win, Brassio's 8th save, and the Angels improved to 21-12. Oh, the Blue Jays by 1 to 11 and 20 in LA. 5 to 4, 9 hits, no errors, 7 hits and no errors. Ramirez doing so well on the mound for the 21 and 12 Angels. And Robles was 11th save. So the Cardinals are 12 and 19 this season. I think we might. I think we'll still stick with the play at this point, as the 12 and 19 Cardinals will go on the road. Hopefully they can get themselves back in it. It's the last game they have was actually the second game in Washington. So it will be a 3-game series. Baseball will be well, the last of 2 is going to be this Monday. I think next week. I think baseball might be next week. I think so, if I'm correct. So it will be game 1. It will be the 12 and 19 Cardinals traveling to Chicago in game 1 next time. Taking on the 17 and 12 Chicago Cubs. That's gonna be a good one. So for next week, on the mound for the 12 and 19 Cardinals will be Miles McCollis. He has a 3-2 record for 68 strikeouts and a great ERA of 95. And on the mound for the 17 and 12 Cubbies will be Cole Hamels. 2-3 record, 31 strikeouts, 6.18 ERA. And with the other teams in tech, we've got the 20 and 12 Rays take on the 16 and 16 Orioles in Baltimore. Yarbrough 2-2, 5.82 ERA versus Bundy. He also has a 4.45 ERA. 16 and 14 Yankees take on the 15 and 15 Twins in New York City. Odozi 1-3 of 6.97 ERA. Sorvino also has a 3.43 ERA. Let's see. 1911 Nationals take on the 15 and 15 Phillies in Philadelphia. Max Scherzer 2-2 with 3.50 ERA versus Nola. Perfect 4-0 of a 1.79 ERA. That should be a good matchup between another pitcher. 16 and 13 Pirates take on the 15 and 19 Athletics in Pittsburgh. Go Steelers. For this Monday, as we take on the Giants. In a couple of days, guys, it will be 11 years since I've been with the Steelers. So that's actually very interesting, very smart. Once we actually jump into that hill. Let me see. Let me look at this again real quick. Okay. Luzardo 0-4 with a 9.38 ERA versus Chris Archer with 1.01 ERA. 1811 Indians host the 16-17 Mariners in Cleveland. Swanson will be making his pitcher debut for the 16-17 Mariners. And Danny Salazar versus Danny Salazar 3.3-1 with 1.09 ERA. 7-24 Tigers host the 15-17 Royals and Detroit. Dunas 2-1 with 1.66 ERA. Taking on McKay 6.14 ERA. 15-17 Braves taking on the 10-20 Marlins in Miami. I'm looking at it one more time. Yeah, it has been confirmed already. The Zombie's going to be live tomorrow. Wait a minute. Yeah, he's going to be live tomorrow. I thought he was not doing that on Sundays. Turan 2-3 with 2.57 ERA versus Smith with 3.73 ERA. 6-25 Giants take on the 22-10 Reds in Cincinnati. Johnny Cueto 1-0, 4.18 ERA versus Gray of 1.09 .83 ERA. 11-20 Blue Jays take on the 10-20 Rangers. In Texas, Matt Shoemaker 3-2, 6.42 ERA versus Lynn with 3.15 ERA. This would also be a real nice matchup. The same way as the other team. 20-13 Red Sox visit the 21-10 White Sox in Chicago. Totson 4-1, 2.36 ERA. Taking on Rodon with a 5.66 ERA. There's also pitch battle. Might be explosive too. Way how it's going to get each other intact. 15-16 Mets take on the 13-20 Brewers in Milwaukee. Syndergaard 1-4 with 3.44 ERA versus Zach Davies for 5.34 ERA. 10-21. Hold up, guys. We have a siren. Hold up. Hold up, guys. Wait, there we go. Never mind. Okay, where were we? Weaver 1-5 of 10.72 ERA versus Sinalza 2.66, 3.86 ERA. And the 20-13 Dodgers take on 21-11 Padres in San Diego. Uranus 1-3 with 1.19 ERA versus Wizards of 1.72 ERA. Like I said, guys, I haven't gone back to baseball for a while. No standings tonight, but it's fine. I'm fine with that. I'll tell you guys what's going to happen tonight. Hold up a minute. Alrighty, guys. It's going to be a wrap for me. The Cardinals are 12-19. They'll be hosting a 3-game. They'll be visiting the 17-12 Cubbies next week. Yeah, it's going to be next week, next Saturday. At this point, as far as tonight goes, guys, we'll have a new episode of Ghost of Tsushima if I get a chance tonight. Tomorrow night, hopefully, basically tomorrow night too. So I go back tomorrow from 8 to 5. Tomorrow it's Monday, and I'm off Tuesday and Wednesday. But this Tuesday and Wednesdays, guys, new episodes of Tony Hawk Pro Skater 1 and 2. This Monday after 5 will be The Last of Us 2. And then Wednesday, I think Wednesday evening will be The Last of Us 2 the same way. Tony Hawk might be Wednesday night too. If you guys want to catch more MLB 19 every 1 to 2 days a week, actually 1 or 2 days a week, be sure to hit that red support button from Zombie Gaming. Guys are real good as always to come in here. So it's love, support, staying positive as always, and everybody in here in the chat appreciates it. I appreciate it from you guys. You guys are always awesome when you guys come in here too. There's also anybody else in the chat that does have a Twitter. You can drop by, send me your information, send your first and last name on Twitter, and I can follow you. Try to keep each other connected. You can share them, tweet them out, leave a comment, and I'll get right to you. We watch our videos in full, like them in full, share them, tweet them out, leave a comment afterwards, guys, and never ask for support back. And if you guys also want to carefully think it over by voting for the idol, Aladdin's at 29, Grand Summit at 12 by 17. But Aladdin might still be able to win. I still think that's still going to win for sure. But alright, I will be back tonight doing the Tsushima. I want to say thank you, Papa Smurf. Keep up the good work, buddy. I'll see you tonight. Nico, thank you. And Breakout, thank you, sir. But alrighty, guys. I'll see you guys tonight. Stay safe out there as good as you can. Hope you guys had a good morning. Keep up the good work out there today, guys. I will see you guys tonight. If not, I'll see you guys tomorrow after 5 with the Suzima. Stay connected. I hope you all enjoyed the same way. Be good to one another, be kind to one another, and love one another. So it's AD signing off. Have a good morning. I'll see you guys tonight. Same time, and same channel. And I'll see you guys till then. And I'll see you guys in the next one.